Justin Lookfire with a mixtape review of the second official project by the Flatbush Zombies entitled Better Off Dead. The Flatbush Zombies are a hip-hop group formed in 2010 from Flatbush, Brooklyn, New York, and they're part of that Beast Coast movement that I've been really listening to like a lot of members now. And because the more I listen to those that are in the Beast Coast movement, like I clearly hear that they're taking upon themselves to create and fill that balance that the hip-hop community needs right now. Because on the one hand, you've got like Lil Wayne, Drake, you got like Bobby Shmurda, you got songs about Coco, you know, and then you have like the conscious rappers. It's the conscious versus the other. Flatbush Zombies are trying to add back that consciousness, you know, add back that storytelling, but using the music that people like, that people are listening to in the club. You know, they're trying to compete with that airtime, but for now, like, you're never going to win that fucking battle, like, at least not until the industry actually gets to shit and is willing to put the industry influence into molding a culture away from the trap game. Until they do that, like, you're never going to hear stuff like what the Beast Coast movement is creating out of Flatbush right now. The Flatbush Zombies consist of Michi Darko, Zombie Juice, and Eric the Architect Elliott. And this mixtape, Better Off Dead, is the kind of music that really frustrates me because you listen to it and you're like, fuck, this is so good. But the whole time you're thinking like, God, I can't wait until they get all the kinks out of this because they're going to be just so good. Like, everything they have is there. You know, like, each of them have like a very different style. Michi Darko, he's got this like raspy guttural delivery that's like just perfect for hip hop. But then when it strikes harsh against like the timbres of Juice and Eric Elliott. You know, they have like a higher voice, and so you use those contrasts. It's just incredible. You can use that to your advantage in any track, and they do it effectively. Eric Elliott is such a great producer. He gets credit for nearly all of the tracks in this mixtape, and if you know anything about me, if you can produce, then you have my fucking respect, because you can be like the greatest lyricist, have all the flow in the world, but if that beat that you're on top of is nothing, like, I don't fucking hit repeating that, then I don't give a shit. You know, but you can't be a one-trick pony, and Eric Elliott is clearly not that. Just listen to the first track, Amerikkan Pie. It starts out with this pizzicato thing, and out of fucking left field, there's like this like hard rock fucking drum fill. I'm like, all right, I wasn't ready for this, but I'm into it. And then like just kind of falls into like this horrorcore thing, but it just changes into something completely unique. And then it's a perfect example of what Eric Elliott can do as a producer. And you fucking put Michi Darko with his like grinding on top of it. Fuck, I just can't wait for like the next track. I don't think that the Flatbush Zombies are trying to stay like on the dark side of hip hop, because a perfect example on this mixtape is Palm Trees. Eric Elliott creates like the psychedelic, like laid back track, and then adds like this angelic vocal sample, and then which just gives like a perfect environment for like the members of Flatbush Zombies like to show all their different qualities. And lyrically, the Flatbush Zombies, like, I think they're growing, and I think it's because they're getting tired, like they're lashing back from the initial image that they created. One of the first hits, Thug Waffle, was on the mixtape D.R.U.G.S, released in 2012, and it's just a straight drug song, just smoking weed, and that's fine. You know, it's a fucking good song. You know, the beat's incredible. You know, Michi Darko's rasp and then Eric Elliott's production is why the group even got attention and is being propped up right now. You know, they're creating hard trap songs with a psychedelic background. You know, but I think they got sick and tired of being like pigeonholed and like typecasted into like a druggy group, because if you listen to the mixtape D.R.U.G.S and then Better Off Dead, you can hear like they're walking towards like serious lyrics. Like, it's not just about the drug use anymore. Don't get me wrong, like there's still drug references, but there's a lot more thought into like story creation, commentary, and like conscious attention to like the rhythm of their lyrics, varying their flows on their verses. And Juice, man, he can vary his flow in a crazy number of ways in a single verse. You know, and if you watch their interviews, like the fucking first question people ask them is about their past drug use, like, oh, like, what's your worst drug trip? Or like, you know, how many times a day? What's your top fucking 5 drugs? You know, and it's like, come on, there's so much more to these guys. You know, and then in nearly every interview, like the Flatbush Zombies, like they'll stop them and they'll say like, hey, you don't have to do drugs to enjoy this music. Like, that's not what they were about. And I think that they're trying to work towards being seen in a different light. You know, there's a difference between like just making like a passing drug reference, or then being like somebody like is defined as like, you know, like Devin the Dude, like somebody just like every song is about just like, oh, I'm just smoking some weed. You know, like if it's part of the story, or it's part of your background, then fine. Like, then go ahead and make your drug reference. But if all you're doing is saying, like, oh, I'm gonna buy some coke and then I'm gonna sell it, hey. But you didn't tell me, like, why are you doing coke? Who are you selling it to? Like, is it the community that you're from is making you want to sell coke? Like, do you blame somebody for making you sell coke? Do you feel disenfranchised? Is this the only way that you can make money? Like, find a way to make it meaningful. Like, say in a way that, like, the drug reference belongs in the song, And I think Flatbush Zombies, like, they're attempting to do this with the mixtape Better Off Dead. I give this album a 7 out of 10 for the production of Eric Elliott and for each one of the Flatbush Zombies' talents as lyricists and just the way that they can deliver their flow. The mixtape is over an hour long. That's fucking fine because this is a mixtape and you're supposed to experiment. You put things out there to see which songs your audience is going to gravitate towards, and if they continue along the path that they're going on now, if they continue to find ways to make the drug references relevant to either the song or the album as a whole, like they've got the sky's the limit. You can stick a few blatant drug songs in there. I'm not saying you can't fucking rap about drugs, but give it a fucking purpose, like make it clear why it's there, even if it's just telling me that that's how you fucking relax, but like relax after doing what, what does it do for you? Is there a reason that you're choosing that type of drug for self-medication? I'm really excited for the official album to come out from these guys once they return from their tour that they're on now with the Underachievers and the other Pro Era members, and hope they continue along the growth that they're doing. Because this is a group that can definitely become something very unique and something very special in the hip hop community.